don't know who needs to hear this, but the calendar wasn't the only thing that they messed with to get you out of energetic alignment. They also messed with the time. The start of a new day is not at 12 a.m. It's at 6 a.m. Like the start of the new year is not in January. It's at the end of March in Aries season. So let me break it down to you. The sun is usually rising around 6 a.m. and this is the start of the masculine cycle. This is when you're going to have the most energy and the most liveliness throughout your day. That cycle goes from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the same time as this cycle starting, a biological process happens in your body where it releases serotonin. Serotonin is a hormone that helps us to wake up. Gives us the energy to jump out of bed. It gives us enthusiasm. It gives us creativity. It's the energy of action because the masculine cycle is the activity cycle. Once 6 p.m. hits, it ends this masculine cycle and it moves to the feminine cycle, which is from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. During this feminine cycle, that's when your body is preparing to go to sleep, or that's the rest cycle. It's a great time for introspection. It's a great time for planning because the feminine energy is about your inner world where masculine energy is about your outer world. 6 p.m. is usually around the time when the sun is setting. So what starts to happen in your body at that time is that your serotonin is actually transmuted into melatonin. And melatonin is the hormone in our body that helps us go to sleep. So instead of telling you the truth that there's only 12 hours in the day and then there's 12 hours in night, they tell you that there are 24 hours combined in both of these cycles. Because if they had told you the truth and they tell you got to be at work at 5 o'clock, you got to be at work at 6 a.m. and that is the start of the morning cycle, then you'd be less likely or less inclined to want to do that. Not only that, if they told you it was only 12 hours in a day and you were meant to give them 8 hours, you would be less inclined to want to do that as well. So they don't tell you the truth and they make sure that you're at work during that waking cycle where you're in that activity where you have the most energy so that you're working for them during that time, squandering that energy or helping them to build whatever they need to build.